who gets a catch. He's got Patrol.
Everybody, and welcome to this presentation of high school sports right here on SEC. Got volleyball for you this evening. It's the District 622 rivalry as the Tartan Titans host one of the state's best teams in the North St. Paul Polars. You take a look at the record, the Polars coming into this one undefeated, and the Tartan Titans at 5-8. But as I mentioned, a rivalry matchup and a Metro East Conference matchup at that, so it should be a good one. I am Sam Erickson here on the call as we are awaiting the start of this one. Did mention that it is a Metro East Conference matchup, and so we'll take a look at the standings. That Hill Murray team, very good. You see them at the top with the 4 wins. However, the one loss did come against North St. Paul. As we mentioned, they've run the table this year pretty much flawless, only losing 2 games in the process. The rest of them have been clean sweeps, so this North St. Paul team is definitely one of the best in the state. Now Tartan at 2-1, starting off Metro East play pretty good, with more wins than losses, but 5-8 on the season. But this is a team that had a rough patch, but has kind of been improving so far recently on the season. We are going to step aside for the anthem, and we'll have the first serve for you after that. And that is your anthem. We're going to take a look now at the state rankings here. This is, of course, according to Max Preps. You see North St. Paul sitting at number 3 in the state of Minnesota. Now this North St. Paul team, definitely a program that's had a lot of success over the years, but the state tournament has eluded them a little bit, always making that section championship game, but never quite making it there. But they're looking very good this year, and under new coach Stephanie Blanda, she was there first year last year, I believe. They have looked even stronger than they did the years before when they were a very strong team. So we're all hoping that they can make it to that state tournament. And I think with that, we're going to take a look at that upcoming schedule. And first look at North St. Paul's upcoming schedule. They are 17-0 right now. You take a look, they've got a tournament in Blaine, and the rest of the way got some conference games, and then the one against Stillwater. But you might have a very good chance at running the table here, and they're a very good team. We will be broadcasting that Stillwater matchup, I should mention that, on October the 11th. So this North St. Paul Polars team looking to take it all the way to the state tournament. Now we'll switch over to Tartan, the other side of this District 622 rivalry. As mentioned, they kind of hit a rough patch in the middle of the season, but have been playing pretty well as of late, winning their last 3. And they've got a tournament on the 29th as well, and they travel to Matamidi in conference play, travel to Hill Murray. That'll be a tough one. This Pioneers squad has kind of proven to be the second best team in the Metro East so far. Then they finish it out against South St. Paul on the 16th. That one should probably be a W here for the Titans. And our couple players to watch. This is Lauren Stenman, number 13. She is a junior. listed as a setter, but one of the leading kill getters for this squad as well. And we talk about the depth and kind of the tradition of this program at North St. Paul. You can have juniors like Stenman step up, not a ton of varsity experience, but really lead the way for the Pullers to go along with a lot of good senior leadership. And over on the Titans side, that is Alexandra Lyle. She's a junior, but one of the Metro's best. You see 197 kills this season. A lot of this Tartan offense comes through her, and they usually go as she goes. This will be a nice matchup. She's got good size up front on net, and so do the Pullers, so this should be a good matchup for Lyle to test her skills. And, you know, this one looks like it should be in North's favor, but with these rivalry matchups, I have a feeling this one might be a little bit closer than we might think. Now, that's a look at number 5. That's Selena Rodriguez, senior outside hitter, one of the seniors we talk about. Always got a few of them here, North St. Paul. Surprisingly, this year, a few less than normal, but still a good amount to kind of lead the way for the Pullers. And with that experience, they have experience through that section tournament and in that final game. It's just kind of getting beyond that final game. Now taking a look, there's the head coach of the Tartan Titans. That is Alyssa Engel. She leads the way. This Tartan team has been improving over the past couple years, and Engel's been a big part of that, as they are above 500 so far and through 3 conference games. And there's a look at Stephanie Blanda, been here for 2 years, I believe, taking over what was already a very successful program, but maybe taking it that next step further. This Pullers very successful 2018 so far. Awaiting some formalities here, but I think we're ready to rock. Bria Sandifer is gonna start things, and she'll serve it up for the Pullers. Dug out, set, and the hit. And Tartan is gonna be first on the board as Anna Thielen gets the kill, number 27. She'll go back to serve. That's big for Tartan in front of this home crowd, getting that first point. Well dug out, well set up. Serve was dug out. Now Stenman with the hit from the outside, took a little bit off of it. Nice placement, and we are all tied up at 1. Stenman showing off some of those skills. We had her as a player to watch. And so far, he's got this thing tied. Rodriguez with the serve. That one dug. Nice dig to set up the serve, and the hit from Alexandra Lyle, and she'll add to that kill total. And quick substitution for Tartan. That's to get Caitlin Neiman to the serve. Neiman service dug out by Rodriguez. Played up, now hit by Kang. Lyle able to dig, tapped over, kept alive by the Pullers. They'll set things up for Stenman. Stenman overcooks it just a little bit, and that'll be another point for Tartan. Take a look at this one. Stenman, I think she just wanted to get on top of it a little bit more. Was unable to do so, and then the serve goes into the net. And back to the Pullers. This is Alexis Kang, a junior. Sister Angel Kang out there as well, number 3. Kept alive by Tartan right at the next. Lyle's gonna go over, and that one's gonna go over the back line. And we'll be tied at 3. Set up to Lyle. Lyle cross-court hit. Dug out by Rodriguez. She'll get it back. That one's tapped at the net. And can't quite be dug out by Caitlin Neiman. And North St. Paul will have their first lead of the night. It's first to 25 here in the first, and sets 1 and 2. Must win by 2. There's a hit and blocked at the net. Just out of the reach of Alexis Kang. So Lyle's first turn to serve. It's dug out by the Pullers, played back to Stenman. Stenman with the huge hit. Nobody's getting to that. and it's 5-4 Polars. Stenman goes soft with the serve. That one's played back, hit from the outside, dug by the Polars, now tapped over, and a nice change of pace by Angel Kang. She's the senior, and it's now a 6-4 North lead. Stenman trying to go on a run here from the service spot. That one comes a little hotter, dealt with by Lyle. Deflected at the net, but played now by the Polars. Hit outside, Witzman. Can't be saved at the net. And another point to North St. Paul. Stenman with the floating serve. Alexis O'Hearn hits it. Kept alive by North St. Paul. Kang tries to tap it over again. Now Tartan with a chance. Good volley back and forth. Now Rodriguez from the back line. And touchdown at the net. I think that was Witzman. Excuse me, Franco. It's Yaiza Franco. Lyles saves. Stenman hits the ceiling, kept alive. Now Tartan with it again. Lyles just gonna have to bump it over. Stenman attempting to set it up. Now Kane coming from the outside, tried to go soft with it. Excellent recovery by the Tartan defense. Played outside. Outside hit, point goes to Tartan. That is Alice Mariston, sophomore outside hitter, number 11. She's looking pretty good here in the early going and able to get a point back on the board for Tartan. Serve back to them as well. Mosher serve, that's Doug. Kang with the hit. Off the ceiling, but kept alive by Tartan. Now North with a nice bump at the net. Tellin, Franco. Just bumped over. Little miscommunication, it'll fall in for a Polar point. Angel King will serve. It's a 9-5 lead. Lyles dig goes over the net. Yaiza Franco able to just slam that down. And is now a 10-5 score. That serve just sails out. That'll be another point on the board for Tartan, 10-6. Back to serve will be Faith Lobo. Lobo, the leading assist getter for this Tartan Titan squad. Rodriguez slams it home, unable to be saved. And the serve will go right back to North. Here's a look at Alexandra Lyle. Not a ton of points so far. Able to dig that. Lobo plays it to Mariston. And big point there for Tartan. Lobo showing why she's the leading assist getter on this team. And in to serve for Tartan is Madison Klimek. Rodriguez from the outside. Saved by Lobo. Back by Mosher. Lyle now cross court. Tapped over. And falls in between a few Tartan players. And that'll make it 12-7. Lyle a chance to hit. Dug out by Rebelke. Now Stenman set up. I think that one got in. Line judge calls it. And it's now 13-7. Obviously a lot of talent on this North St. Paul team, but seem to do it as a team. Sandifer on the serve. Now back, hit outside. Dug out by Rebelke. An amazing play by the Polars to keep this one going. Another hit outside. That one bumped over the net. Now at the net, and will fall down for a Polar point. That was a huge dig by Rebelke to keep the play alive. So 14-7 here in the first set. Just long as Lyle's trying to get the Titans back into it. I think we're going to have a quick timeout as Tartan doesn't want to see this first set get away from him. A little look at the upcoming broadcasts that we have here on SEC Sports. Hey, got tomorrow, Matamidi South St. Paul football. Gotta love this time of year as we get back out onto the gridiron. Then next Wednesday, live 7 p.m. Sports Path. We'll recap kind of all the highlights and other events that we all been out at, I should say. All the games we've covered, highlights of that, as well as standings and other things. Football the following week, White Bear Lake versus Woodbury. Volleyball in North St. Paul Stillwater, we touched on that. The Matamidi Tartan game that will be tape delayed. And on October 17th episode of Sports Path, I believe that October 5th football game up at White Bear Lake is homecoming. Should be a good one. They've had a bit of a turnaround season this year, already winning 3 after not winning any games since 2015, winning 3 so far here in 2018. And I believe it's homecoming tomorrow at Matamidi as well. Well, out of the timeout, and an unforced error by Sandifer as that serve goes into the net. Now Anna Tellen back to serve for Tartan. She'll send it in. Athletic dig by Rodriguez finds its way to Rebelke. She'll just have to knock it over. Now set up to the outside. Rebelke digs again. There's Kang. Tangled up at the net, but Lyle able to get it over. Now back to Stenman to hit. And the cross-court hit falls in. And it's 16-8 North. Let's take a look at that one. Nice back set from Sandifer. And Stenman knows what to do from there. Tough serve to deal with. Lyle able to get something on it. Now Stenman again. And it seems like when Stenman's on this near side trying to hit it to the far side, both times she's overcooked it a little bit and has lost the point. Caitlin Neiman back in to serve for Tartan. Sends it in, Rodriguez with the dig. Angel Kang had the hit block, goes out of bounds, and North will get the point, 17-9. Here's Alexis Kang. Mosher with the dig. Lobo back set. Kang digs it out. Sandifer with the pass. Now the other Kang just has to hit it over. Lobo sets for Alexandra Lyle, and the cross-court hit. She'll get the kill. That'll make it 17-10. What a shot right there by Lyle. I think that one hits the line. Can't do it much better than that. And she'll go back to serve. Lyle just has to send it over. I think double hit. She tried a little set pass over the net. I think he got a little left-right hand tap. North St. Paul up 18-10. Here's set number 1. Lobo sets it to the outside. Able to be dug by Rebelke, but that sails out of bounds. Or we'll have a double hit before that. Tara Mosier will go back for the serve. A little hot from Rebelke on the dig, goes into the net. And if Tartan can make a little run here, things can get interesting late in set number 1, 18-12. Mosier to serve. Kang from the outside, too hot for Mosier, sails into the crowd. And point Polars. Big hit from Aiza Franco. And North starting to get some momentum back to try and close out this first set. Take a look at this one, and Franco is going to have a field day with those opportunities all night. Service up, Lobo to the outside, and great kill from Alice Mariswin, sophomore outside hitter. Combination of Alex Lyle, Mariston, a few other underclass pieces. Tartan's got a nice future ahead of him in volleyball. To the outside, slammed home. I think Franco is going to claim that one, number 10. There she is. That's a big point. So gets it to 21-13. Rebelke to serve. They let it go, and it falls in. So the ace for number 7. And it's 22-13. Rebelke, name familiar to a lot of North St. Paul volleyball fans. Believe sister Megan was a part of the program for many years. I think maybe a senior last year. Now Jenna Rebelke carrying on the family legacy. There's a look at Alexis Kang, another sister of this North St. Paul programs. Alexis and Angel Kang both on the squad right now. 22-14, Tartan trailing. Another dig that goes a little too far, right to Alex Lyle, and she'll slam it down. Tartan still hanging around here in this first set. It's going to be Klimek to serve. Low dig. Rebelke's going to have to just send it over. Lobo back set. Tellen with the hit. Lobo there to save it. Mosier has to just go over. There's Stenman coming from the back line. That's dug out. Finally North able to set up a play that they'd like. Well dug from the Titans. And look at the effort from the Polars to keep this point alive. Now Lobo sets outside, still alive for North St. Paul. Stenman maybe lost it, didn't track it. I think maybe thought it was going to hit the ceiling, but that big point is going to go to Tartan. Klimek again with the serve. Rodriguez digs it out. Kang now hit at the net, but that sails out, and it's 22-17. There's Stenman, now she goes soft. Saved at the net by Kang, another great effort. Now Rodriguez just with a soft touch over, that hits net. And Tartan able to keep it going. Now the outside hit from Rodriguez, still a couple plays at the net. Lyle just tries to touch it over. That passed over the net. Now Lobo with the set, outside to Lyle. Lyle with the big hit, dug out by Rebelke. Now Stenman's gonna send it. That goes right into the net. And it's 22-18 Tartan. Tartan with a couple big points here late on set number 1. And after getting some good momentum, that serve into the net by Klimek. Good run of points though by number 6 to get Tartan back into this first set. Sandifer long on the serve, let it go, and it's called out. Big opportunity here for Tartan. North St. Paul leaving the door open. It's going to be Anna Tellen, the senior middle hitter, to serve, and she also sails it long. Unfortunate with that opportunity right there for Tartan. So 24-19 could be set right here as Rodriguez sends a serve in. It's dug low. Lobo out to Lyle. Lyle unable to jump for it. Gets it in anyway. Now Kang on that far line. Mosier attempt to dig it, can't be tracked down. And the first set is going to go to the Polars, albeit a close one, 25-19. Well, we will break. Well, before we break, we'll take a look at one of the key plays in that first set, I believe. It's 25-19. I said this rivalry matchup might be a little bit closer than we anticipate. And here's a look at one of the longer volleys of this first set. A couple nice plays there towards the end. There's a lot of great team volleyball being played out there. You see North St. Paul unable to give up on pretty much any point. And you can say the same for Tartan. This is good evidence of that. Just back and forth. Huge save from North St. Paul. I can't believe this is still the same point. And eventually does go to Tartan. They kind of started their run to get back into this first set. Unfortunately for the Titans, they do fall just short. As you see, 25-19, the Polars take set number 1. And I think with a little bit of time, we will break, and we'll have set number 2 for you when we get back.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back, getting ready for set number 2 as we got the District 622 rivalry right here on SCC. North St. Paul leading Tartan after 1 set. As you saw the score, 25-19. And we mentioned it's that District 622 rivalry always brings out a great crowd. As you just saw there's a look at Alyssa Engel, Tartan head coach. They've been playing a lot better volleyball as of late, but got a tough task ahead of them tonight with the undefeated Polars ranked number 3 in the state. So definitely one of the toughest teams you can play in the state of Minnesota right now. And there's a look at some of the traveling North fans and a look at Alex Lyle right there for Tartan, one of the key players for this Titans team, and a team that actually has a lot of youth. And the future's looking pretty bright in this rivalry. Even with how good this North St. Paul Polars program is, this rivalry is going to continue to get a little bit closer and a little bit more of a contest. First serve sails over, and North will get the point. Now Sandifer with the serve. Lobo back set. Outside hit, dug out by Rebelke. Stenman over to Rodriguez. Lyle with the dig. Lobo another set. This one for Lyle. Rodriguez can deal. Now Rodriguez, cross-court hit called out. That one looked close. We tied at 1. Pellin with the serve. Rodriguez can't quite handle the heat, but it does stay in play. Kang's going to have to send it over, but can't do it under control. And 2-1 to the Titans. Tartan started out in the lead early on in set number 1. North St. Paul able to kind of take control of things. at about the 5-point mark. Now Sandifer back set to Rodriguez. She slams it in to a couple blockers, but goes into the net, and it'll be point for the Polars. Taylor Corcoran in the middle right now for Tartan. Excuse me, Corcoran did get that block. Point went to Tartan, but now the serve by Tellen goes into the net. And North will get the serve with the score of 3-2. Mosier up into the rafters. It's in play, unfortunately, but shows off some of the athleticism of our athletes out there. They're able to keep playing after the ball takes weird deflections. Another athletic play right there. Lauren Stenman, huge cross-court kill. And it's a 3-3 game. Lobo somehow keeps it alive. Now Rebelke able to keep it alive. Rebelke really amazing on those one-handed digs. You saw what that can do, how that can contribute, as North St. Paul almost looked dead in the water there on that point. Able to cap it off with a big Stenman hit. Now serve again. Here's outside hit, that's blocked down. And North St. Paul now with the 5-3 lead, looking to go on a run. Selena Rodriguez, one of the seniors on this North St. Paul squad. This Polar team does have some seniors, but pretty junior heavy in terms of those on the floor. Sandifer a junior, Stenman a junior, one of the Kang sisters a junior. Now Stenman, what control on that touch. Hits it on that far side line, and the Polars will keep the serve. A double hit point goes to the Polars. 7-3, Rodriguez on a bit of a run from the service spot. Talking about how this Polar team is pretty much junior-led. A lot of this junior class contributing to the success of this team, making their undefeated record even more impressive. Rodriguez still serving, dug by Mosier, very nice. Now Lyle with a chance to hit. She's going to try and get Tartan back into this second set. We have a substitution as Neiman comes on for the Titans to serve. Maggie Head's going to take a seat on the bench. Neiman gets the serve in. Kang with the hit, but unable to be blocked at the net by either Corcoran or Lyle. Got a good amount of height over Alexis Kang, who only goes at 5'5". The other two 5'9", 6'1", respectively. And now Lang using all of that 6'1". Great dig from Sandifer. That one unable to be dug out by Neiman. North St. Paul opens it up to a 10-4 lead. Lyle didn't get a chance at the hit she might have liked. And things are starting to unravel a little bit here for Tartan, and they're going to take a timeout as the second set's starting to get away from them a little bit here in the middle. Melissa Engel going to want to have some words with her ladies. They showed a lot of resiliency in set number one. You want to see some of that fight continue as this one keeps going on. Obviously not the favorite in this matchup, but holding their own. And North St. Paul left the door open a couple of times in set number one. They have a big lead here early, set two. Taking a look at those Metro East standings once again, you see Tartan 2-1 on the season in Metro East play, where North St. Paul, unsurprisingly, undefeated in Metro East play. And those two wins for Tartan coming in their last two against Hastings and then Henry Sibley on Tuesday. Alexis Kang with the serve. Mosier digs, Lobo the set, and Alex Lyle the kill. Just how Tartan drew it up in the timeout, I'm sure. They'll make a quick substitution, get Alice Mariston onto the court. Mariston, number 11, had a few kills in that first set, only a sophomore. Talk about the youth of this Tartan squad. She's a big part of that. That just out of the reach of Neiman. It'll be 12-5. Good effort from Neiman, popped it up, but teammate just unable to get there. Mariston didn't have a great angle. Now again, Rodriguez, tough dig. She can't play it after it hits the rafters and went right back to her, so it'll fall in for the Titan point. Mosier with a wayward serve as it sails far and wide. Tartan can't afford to give up those opportunities to get a couple points with the serve. And not even make North work to get it back. North able to increase their lead again. Yaisa Franco with a huge hit. Angel Kang jump serve. Tellin just has to fist it over. Now Kang with the set, Rodriguez. Franco keeps it alive. Now Rodriguez again. Kind of roll it off the fingertips. Stays alive. Now Franco with the chance for a big hit that Lyle can't deal with. And it'll be 15-6. That's coming hot, and Lyle more accustomed to being the one doling out the punishment than trying to dig those out. Unable to deal with it. Gets the dig there, now she gets a chance to hit. Rebelke, what a job. Not only is she able to dig those tough shots, but turn them into decent passes. Doesn't work out right there, but this one just sails a little too far by Rodriguez. It all starts with the dig from Rebelke. Nice setup. That one hitting all sorts of things. Ref doesn't know much about it, and I think the point is going to go to North St. Paul. Not sure why they stopped that one. Coach Engel's actually going to have a chat with the official here on the near side. Not sure what the explanation was. I thought Tartan played that pretty well off of the rafters. I don't know if there's any. I wouldn't imagine there's anything about it. It hit a couple times up there, but I think if it just, you have to play it no matter what if it hits up there. The far side judge kind of looked away from the play as the ball was going to fly and hit her, and then the whistle came in. And now we're going to have a conversation about it. The head judge is just going to have to go off of whatever this near side judge saw, because she had to kind of look away as the ball was coming off the rafters, flying back towards her. I'm not surprised Coach Engel brought it to their attention. I thought that was a little weird too. It seemed like Tartan just kind of played it after it finally came back down. But the whistle was blown. 16-7 here, set 2, North leading at 1-0. It's going to be a big call here. North looking to kind of run away with it. And last thing the Titans need is for them to be gifted a point, and I think we're ready for a decision up. We're going to have a little more discussion about it. It's always interesting when the conversation about the play takes longer than the play itself. We do have a decision, and the point goes to North. So a lot of talk to keep the call as it was. I believe the score is 16-7. And Coach Engel goes for more explanation. So Rebelke will serve as we get things going again. Mariston with the big cross-court winner. And she's pumped. Showed some of that youthful energy for this Titan squad. She had that much energy for anything. And big point, get Tartan the serve. Madison Klimek, who got a few points from the service spot, set one, serves it up. The hit, tapped out, and point serve will go back to North. Hit from Lyle, dealt with by Sandifer. Rebelke pass back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez finds some open space, and Klimek can't dig it out. (18-8). Here's set number 2. North leading 1-0. Sandifer back set. Stenman kind of had to stop, couldn't run onto it, but able to adjust. And what accuracy to get that one in cross court. Looked like she was set up for a big jump, wanted to go for the big kill, but had to kind of adjust on a run up. Does so just fine, and able to hit it in. You see why Stenman is one of a few leading the way here for North St. Paul. Got a double hit, point to the Polars again, 20-8. And the Polars are 5 points away from closing out set number 2. Lobo, good set for Tellen. Now Sandifer to Stenman. And I think Stenman, I'm going to say hit 4 times. I think the block came back in. North St. Paul tried to keep it alive, but unable to do so. Rodriguez miss hit. That one goes into the net. Rodriguez digs. Stenman back. Kang's just going to have to get it over. Lobo peeks over and sees space and just touches it in. And Tartan on a couple-point run. Elke keeps it alive. Sandifer, great push shot. It was deflected, but stays in for the North St. Paul point. Rather, Tartan tried to play it. Goes out, and point awarded to the Polars. Head knocks it over. Sandifer back set to Kang. Dug up by Klimek. Alex Lyle with the big cross-court winner. Another kill. She's well over 200 on the season now after tonight's action. Just creeps it into that space. That's an excellent shot right there. To see how she can kind of move her body to make it look like she might be trying to pick out more of a corner. It goes sort of in the middle of that court and tucks it just inside that far sideline. That one just too strong from Corcoran. Taylor Corcoran, junior middle hitter. The starting team does have good size. Corcoran at 5'11", Tellen at 5'11", Maggie Head, sophomore at 5'11", to go along with Alex Lyle at 6'1". Lyle hits it over. Good job by Rodriguez to let it go. And big point for the Polars. It's 23-12. Kang with the soft service. Klimek gets under it. Lyle, too strong. Tartan's going to stay alive here in the second set. Lyle serve. Tough dig. Too close to net. Mariston slams it down. It's 23-14. Mariston, not one of the ones I mentioned in terms of this Tartan height, but she's 5'9" as a sophomore. Kang with the big hit. Lyle, excellent dig. Lobo is going to have to just send it over. Now Franco, Lyle there. Lobo with the set. Mariston. Dug by Sandifer. Over to Stenman. Stenman, I think, didn't get that one. Maybe jammed a finger. Kept alive by Tartan. Now back over to Stenman. There she makes solid contact. And that's the result she's used to. Good effort from Mosier, but just too much heat from the hit. Now Lobo tries to be sneaky, goes into the net, and that'll do it for set number 2. Tartan's going to win it 25-14. It's a 2-set lead for the Polars. After winning the first one 25-19, the other 25-14. We'll take a quick break and have that third set for you when we return.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh, boy.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
All right, well, we are awaiting the start of set number 3, but as you see, we got a little performance in between, so I think we are going to throw it quickly to a segment we do on Sports Path, our show we do every other Wednesday, live at 7 p.m. It's our Athletes of the Week. My man John Miller, one of the co-hosts, picks out a couple of your Fab 5 athletes that he wanted to highlight, and I think we're going to show our latest segment of Athletes of the Week.
All right, for my male athlete of the week, I really didn't have to look too hard. You know, I broadcasted this game, and this was sophomore defensive back and wide receiver who just dominated. If you can't guess from the earlier highlights, it's Dorian Singer out of Tartan. He had 2 interceptions, one of which was returned for that awesome touchdown about 80 yards, as well as a beautiful catch for a touchdown, overcoming the defender. Have a day, young man. You have a bright future ahead of you, and I'm excited to see where you're at during your senior year. Now, for my female athlete of the week, I have to go with White Bear Lake soccer player, junior forward, Kayla Anderson. And now in a 9-1 win over Forest Lake on the 13th of this month, she scored not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 goals. That's a very impressive day. Have a day, young woman. You know, so congratulations to you two, and I look forward to seeing who are my athletes of the week in 2 weeks from now. But for now, that's it for my athletes of the week.
So there are our athletes of the week. Thank you, John Miller at Sports Path, the first and third Wednesday of every month, live at 7 p.m. Well, it looks like we got a little bit more time as the festivities continue. So I think we're going to take a little break, I should say, and we'll have that third set for you when we get back.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Find out how to use an awkward silence to help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back. We're awaiting the start of set number 3. As you see the scores from the first two, North St. Paul with the commanding lead. Not surprising. This is a North St. Paul team that is, of course, undefeated overall, but only have lost 2 sets all season. That one being to conference foe Hill Murray, and then one to a very good Minnetonka team in a tournament not too long ago. But other than that, not only winning every match, but every set as well. They're continuing that trend here. They lead 2-0. Tartan doing a nice job, though. Just not quite enough. Thought they had a chance in that first set as North St. Paul left the door open a couple times. Tartan kind of hurt themselves in that second set. And North St. Paul, no surprise that they're able to take advantage with the skill that they have. Take a look now, I think, as we got some time at our upcoming schedule. We talked about this North St. Paul team being undefeated. You look at the schedule, and they've got a good chance at maybe running the table. That Stillwater matchup will be a good one. I believe that one will be on SCC right here. It will, in fact, be on October the 11th. That'll be a good one. And I think if the Polars can get past the Ponies in that one, they might run the table. Taking a look at Tartan's upcoming schedule, of course, all those September 29th fixtures are a tournament. And then they got at Matamidi and then at Hill Murray. We talked about that Hill Murray team, one of only 2 teams to take a set from this Polar squad, so a good team there. But this Tartan squad has a lot of promise, including junior Alex Slang right there. Alex Lyle, excuse me. Tellin with the service. Kang hits it in, unable to be dealt with by the Titans. And it'll be a 1-1 here in set 3. Rodriguez with her first chance to serve here in the third set. Gets the point. Rodriguez now with the jump serve. Lyle digs. Blocked at the net. Sandifer over to Kang. Kang into the net. And the unforced error will get the serve back with Tartan. And it looks like Caitlin Neiman, number 1 for this Titan squad, is going to check in and take that serve. Rudelke, great set to Sandifer, who can just pass it along to Kang, who slams it home. Alexis Kang with the serve. Out to Lyle. Lyle has it blocked, gets it back. Lobo back to Lyle. Lyle again with the cross court, again denied at the net. As Franco sends it away. That one unable to be dug out as Lyle gets the point. Almost a chance for Lauren Stedman. Alex Lyle back to serve. Service straight into the net. And the Boulders will get a chance again. Lauren Stenman now low serve into the net. And right back with Tartan. It's 5-4 here in this pivotal third set. Alexis O'Hearn, number 11 senior, in for North St. Paul now. Rodriguez able to handle a difficult situation. Stenman popped up that tough hit, but it falls in for a Tartan point, and we're all tied up. King, great dig. Franco, outside hit. Mosier can't dig. And it's 6-5. Service too strong. Be tied again. I believe that was Lena Fitzano-Khan that just served. Number 15 recently checked in. Number 2 now in for North as well, along with Alexis O'Hearn. Stenman. Stenman can't handle that one. And sails out of bounds. Tartan leads 7-6. Let's look at Faith Lobo, leading assist getter on this Tartan team. She's only a sophomore as well. Franco at the net. Mosier takes a bump from her own teammate, but they somehow keep it alive. Mariston goes over. Franco running into a teammate, hits it over. And Tartan now up to a 2-point lead. Molly Conway unable to deal with the serve, and it's now 9-6 to the Titans. Lobo just too low on the serve. Back with the Polars. Jenna Rebelke, sophomore libero, with the service. Mariston strong hit for Rebelke, an amazing dig, keeps it alive. Conway bumps over, but just out. (10-7) to the Titans. Just getting some good momentum here in front of the home crowd. Set number 3. Stenman up to Kang. Kang finds the middle of the floor, nobody home. And she'll get the serve back with North. So Bria Sandifer come back in to serve, replacing Alexis O'Hearn. Sandifer sends it over. Lobo, Maggie Head touches it. Fitzano-Khan able to bump it over. Now Tartan able to somehow keep it alive. Sandifer out to Stenman, hits a few hands, eventually into the crowd. And 10-9, Tartan still with the lead, but North St. Paul on a couple-point run. Sandiford, long serve. Mosier digs it out. Lyle it was a little out of her read, so she had to try and push it over, but blocked at the net. And point for the Polars. Take a look. Good block hanging Stenman right there. And even with the height of Alex Lyle, she couldn't get it over. Lobo back to Tellen. Tellen, hot hit. And side judge says out. North St. Paul with their first lead of the third set, 11-10. Sandiford's service. Stenman able to dig. Now back to Stenman. Blocked at the net. Rebelke there. Great instincts. Conway. Dug by Mosier. Back to Tellen. Tellen's just going to have to bump it with a closed fist. Back to Stenman. Stenman soft touch. Mosier diving in with the dig. Now Lyle. Fitzanokan keeps it alive. Now Conway and Fitzanokan come together, but it stays in the air. Stenman, quick set pass. Now to Lyle. And Alex Lyle caps off the point. So some of our best volleys we've seen tonight have ended up with Tartan points. You gotta love the resilience and the fight from a team that's a little bit younger. And came into this one, it's pretty sizable underdogs, showing great fight. Unforced error by Tellen, getting a little too excited, sends that one far. And it's 12-11 now. Rodriguez jump serve. Lobo can't get two hands on the set. Now Stenman tries to change things up. Alex Lyle's going to get it back for a big hit. But the Kang sisters together at the net. Not sure who got to it. And it looked like it was Angel Kang. No, excuse me, Alexis, I believe, number 4. That did get the block. The sisters working well together on defense. Somebody's got to get it over for Tartan. They do. Stay out of the net as well. Now Stenman, cross-court hit. They're going to not get the point. I think Stenman's called for crossing over. A few confused looking faces by the Polars. Take a look here. I'm not sure if they said that Stenman didn't start from that back line. She certainly did. Maybe that's why some confused look on the Polars. Rebelke, Sandifer, Kang able to take that set that was a little bit behind her head and keep it in bounds. Very tough play, but shows off some of the jumping ability out of number 4. It's really hard when it gets back behind your head to still give it the trajectory where it can fall in bounds. A lot of times those go high and out of the back line. That one stays in. That's Alex Lyle again. And she just keeps on tacking up those kills, one of the Metro's leaders. Stenman got a piece to it. 14-13, North leading 2-0. Sandifer to Franco. Franco slams it home, and it's 15-13. A lot of substitutions for the Polars. Alexis O'Hearn back on. She'll replace Sandifer. Stenman to serve. Stenman low on the serve. Hits net, stays on her side. Mosier's serve sails out. Conway and Fitzanokan coming back in for the Polars. Sanukan with the service. Pullers keep playing it. Conway, good touch. Neiman was able to pop it up, but kind of got under the legs of Lobo, so she couldn't get there, and point to the Pullers, 17-14. Abby Shell out on the court for the Pullers as well now, number 2. Tellen hard hit. Line judge has it in. Yeah, number 27 got a lot of power, but she gets a chance. And just snipes out the corner right there. Lobo serve. Hits net but goes over. Blocked at the net by Mariston, but out of bounds. It'll be a point for North. Stedman keeps alive. Kang, as I mentioned, couldn't handle that one on towards her back shoulder. That one goes out. And Tartan hanging around again at 18-16. Madison Klemek. Stenman set. O'Hearn kept alive by Tartan. Lyle cross court. And it's 18-17. Belke digs again. Kang with the hit. Dug by Lobo. Mosier comes in to help. Now Clemek's got to just send it over. Conway, good cross-court hit, comes off hot off the rafters. Mosier again off the rafters. Mosier keeps it alive. Now Kang taps. Stenman tries to just set pass over the net. Nothing doing. Lyle tries to pick a spot. Now back to O'Hearn. Blocked by Lyle, down, and it's all tied up at 18 as Tartan's making a case here in set number 3. Kane slams it down, they get the point. Boy, close to maybe a palm there. No call. Looked like Kang maybe got a little bit on top of it. Pushed it down. That's a big point for the Pullers right there, 19-18. And with the serve. Lyle trying to get it back. Rebelke unsure. And that's a rare mistake from Lobero in white for North St. Paul. Jenna Rebelke's had a fantastic night all night. Untimely mistake. Tellen. Conway gets caught in between, doesn't know what to do with it. Good save by Tellen. I would have maybe been tempted to let that go the way she's been serving him, but I think that would have fallen in. (2019), they let that one go, and like I was mentioning, you let it go, it might just go in. Another good serve from Tellen. 21-19, Conway's gonna come out. Selena Rodriguez back in. Allen has the serve hit net, stays alive, huge block at the net. And Tartan now leads 22-19, Tellen still serving. Tellen, I'm sure not known for her service at all times. Good run there, but eventually makes an error. They got some crucial points for the Titans, and they lead at 22-20. Selena Rodriguez, though, you like to have the experience serving right now. Jump serve in low, dug out. Now Lyle with the chance to wind up. Great play put together by the Titans. And they're a couple points away from extending this game. (23-20). Caitlin Neiman in. I like to bring her in to serve. Santa for her back. Rodriguez, you can see North St. Paul has become a little disjointed with this run by Tartan, and the confidence just building for the Titans as the services into Alex Lyle have been fantastic. She's been able to rack up the points. Another chance. Great block from the Kang sisters. Couldn't get the point. Now they have to go over. Mosier, Lobo, Mosier. And just can't get it over the net. 23-21. Here's set 3. I'm sure North St. Paul wanted to take care of business. Kang goes quick with the service. Lyle gets it set up. Another block. Tartan, though, doesn't give up. North St. Paul was ready to celebrate. Stenman block. And it trickles down on the Tartan side. 23-22. Take a look. I think this is the block from earlier. And they kept it alive. Point kept going, but eventually did go to North. 23-22. Huge point right here. That hits the ceiling. And that is an unfortunate timing right there, as it looked like they might have a chance to set up another good play. Had all the confidence and momentum rolling, and just a tough bounce. You know, if you're Coach Engel, you hate to see that happen, but it's a good learning experience. I feel like this Tartan team has done a great job dealing with adversity and not giving up all game long. Just another lesson of, you know, how to have, you just got to deal with some of the tough times. Certainly not their fault on that last one. Nothing they could do, just part of the game. There's a look at Stephanie Blanda. I like the way Blanda's mixed some things up here, brought in some different players in the third set. But I'm sure she's still focused on trying to wrap this thing up in 3 sets if possible. Lyle, big cross-court hit. There's no way that Rodriguez is going to dig that out, even though she got a good hand to it. 24-23, Tartan with the serve. Mariston, and she'll get the kill to keep this thing going. Tartan's going to win the third set, 25-23. One of only 3 teams to win a set against this Polar team all year. Only the third set that they've lost. And it's the young Tartan Titans getting it done. On paper, this one looked like a mismatch. North St. Paul may end up still winning it, but I knew Tartan would make it close. So they take that third set. We will have set 4 after this. Stay with us.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you!
She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Zane!
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
Whoa. For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color-coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org. Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Things are getting exciting here at Tartan. It's a District 622 rivalry, volleyball style. And after a convincing first two set victories by North St. Paul, Tartan knocks them off in set 3 to make it 2-1. Only the third set North St. Paul has lost all season. Only the third team to take a set from this Polar squad. We talked about this Tartan team, 5-8 on the season, losing majority of their first 7 of their first 10, but have been on a 3-game winning streak since and playing some pretty good volleyball here tonight, losing the first 2 sets but hanging in them the whole time. North St. Paul is going to start this off with the point though and take that 1-0 lead. Lyle just had to bump it over. Stenman with the crushing blow. That one falls in. It's 2-0 quick to North St. Paul. You really saw the confidence grow in Tartan as they started adding points in that third set. North St. Paul became a little disjointed as Tartan was really able to set up Alex Lyle for a lot of big hits and then get some timely help along the way. Maggie Head with the hit. Rebelke can't quite get to it. And it's 2-1. Number 25, Maggie Head, another part of this youth movement for the Tartan Titans. She's a sophomore getting some serious playing time on varsity this season. Kang with the hit. Simic keeps it alive. North keeps it going. Rebelke's bumped though out of bounds, and we're tied at 2. Of course, first 4 sets here in volleyball, first to 25, got to win by 2. That 5th set is to 15. Nice touch on that one. Hits line and point for North St. Paul. So if we do go to that 5th set, it goes to 15, and after playing them to 25, that one happens quick, and in that 5th set, anything can happen. So Tartan in an interesting position. If they can do something here, set 4, pull off an amazing upset, really dampen what's been a perfect season so far for North St. Paul. Tartan continues that momentum. That one falls in, and it's 3-3. Kayla Neiman going to check in and do some serving. Trying to get Tartan the lead here, set 4. Kang, outside hit, too much for Mosier. Boy, Angel and Alexis King, 5'6", 5'5", respectively, but man, do they have hops. They get up there, and they can hit from the outside like some of these girls that go 5'9", 5'10", 6 feet. Lyle, and Kang's back there to dig it out, too. Can do it all. Stenman, the great kill. And you see why this North St. Paul team is so successful. Maybe don't have, you know, the 2 or 3 most dominant players in the Metro, but they have versatility. The Kangs can get kills at the net, but also dig it out. Stenman as well, one of the leading kill getter on this team. She can do defensive work as well as some work offensively, get a big point. Now North St. Paul's up to that 6-3 lead. Lyle's effort blocked at the net. North St. Paul showing some urgency, wanting to take care of business after letting that 3rd set slip away. Kang likes to get that serve in quick. Corcoran blocked at the net, still alive. It falls. And it'll be an 8-3 Polar lead. Lobo fakes the set, tapped over. Now finds the way to Stenman. Mosier uses the body to pop it up, but can't get it up in the air enough, and it'll fall for a Polar point. Take a look at that one. Mosier, good job. Not much, I mean, with that type of speed coming off the hit from Stenman, not a whole lot you can do with it. Get it up in the air is impressive enough. Good presence of mind there by Selena Rodriguez to let that Alex Lyle hit go. And the unforced error will make it a 10-3 North St. Paul lead, and I think Alyssa Engel and Tartan is going to want to take a timeout here in set 4. With that timeout, we'll take a look at some of our upcoming broadcasts right here on SCC. Got football tomorrow, Matamidi homecoming. They'll take on the Packers from South St. Paul. That's a, well, it used to be called a Metro East. I believe those teams are still in the same conference, but I'm going to have to double check on that one. But regardless, it's always a matchup. They usually play together, and should be a good game with the homecoming there at Matamidi. I got Sports Path in about a week or so on Wednesday, 7 p.m., and then football again next Friday. That's homecoming White Bear Lake versus Woodbury. Now back to the action here. That one tapped left, and Kang unable to get there as just out of the reach of number 4 diving. Alex Lyle back to serve, 10-4. Tartan able to get a point out of the timeout. Stenman to Lyle. Plays a little bit of pinball up in the rafters, falls down. And unfortunate for the Titans as it's 11-4. Stenman serves low. And the unforced error will get it back to Tartan. Tellen back in for Corcoran. Mosier on the serve. Rebelke pops it up. Franco with the hit. Mariston too strong. And the sophomore watches that one sail. And North St. Paul up to a 12-5 lead. Franco has to run up on it, can't get a whole lot of power on the shot. Tartan's going to be able to set up a play. Probably not the one they would have loved. What a shot there from Bria Sandifer. Looking like she's going to do a set per usual. Pushes it over, finds the corner, and it's a 13-5 lead for the Polars. That one goes short, trickles over the net, so stays in play. Mariston soft with the touch, and the changeup works. Faith Lobo to serve, let go by the Polars, and they'll get it right back. That was a low serve. I think Lyle maybe anticipated hitting the net a little bit, late to react, and it's a 15-6 North St. Paul lead. Polars took the first 2 sets. Tartan taking set 3. That one hits line, stays in, and it's 16-6. Rebelke with the ace. And after dropping that 3rd set, Polars look determined here in set number 4. Just not even letting Tartan get any momentum. Sandifer, Rodriguez hit, kept alive. Tartan's just going to have to go hit it over. Rebelke digs. Kang with the hit. Lobo pass off the ceiling. Still alive. Rodriguez from the outside keeps it outside, far side sideline. Great placement, and it's 17-6. Rebelke, another good serve. Handcuffs Lyle. Lyle hit. Sandifer, good set to Stenman coming from the back line, and she was able to get everything behind that one. It is now 18-6 North St. Paul. Belke picking out Lyle once again. Maggie Head's just going to have to bump it over the net. Sandifer sets. Kang, Sandifer, Rodriguez. Mariston dug by Kang. Now back to Rodriguez on the outside. Still alive here, Mosier. And Sandifer tried to be sneaky, little back set shot. Hits net. And Tartan will stop that run for the Polars. Rodriguez, what reaction to keep that alive off the block. Kang in the middle. That one goes over. Tartan chasing it down. That one's still in play. What a job by Klimek. Can't do anything about that one. It's Lauren Stenman able to pick out the fact that Madison Klimek was kind of moving left to right and gets her going left and then hits her back right, and nothing she can do about it. Mosier with the dig off the ground. Lyle just has to send it over. Stenman with the chance again, blocked at the net, falls in on the Tartan side. Fell on the north side, excuse me. It'll be a Tartan point, 19-8 now our score. That block again at the net. And again, it'll go Tartan's way. Or St. Paul letting that serve from Tellen go in. She does have a bit of a knuckle serve. When it doesn't knuckle, it definitely has a tendency to sail. That one, though, got a nice knuckle and a good adjustment and falls in. North St. Paul has let Tartan kind of hang around in each one of these sets. And Tartan was able to win that third one. Good job by Alexis Kang putting an end to that. It'll be Selena Rodriguez, 20 serving 10. Or St. Paul trying to close out the victory, getting up to 25. Popped up by Sandifer. I don't know how Kang was able to find that one and get it over the net, but she did. Sandifer now able to set. And they've got a double hit. And point will go to Tartan. So it'll be 20-11. Caitlin Neiman in to serve as Maggie heads for the bench. Or St. Paul trying to hold on to this unblemished season. Angel Kang gets the point, 21-11, so 4 points away from the win. And staying perfect in conference play for the Polars. Gonna have a timeout. Tartan gonna try and make a run. Make something happen here late in this fourth set. The traveling North fans got the District 622 rivalry here. Always good representation, good crowd on hand. For what on paper some thought was going to be a fairly lopsided matchup. It's always a great rivalry. These two schools, communities so familiar with each other. A lot of friends on both sides. A good rivalry and a friendly rivalry. St. Paul fans jazzed up, wanting to go home happy with a Polar victory. That one too strong. It'll be 22-11 North St. Paul. Dig from Neiman, too strong. Franco there up front, just slam it back and make it 23-11. 2 points away for the Polars. Neiman pass to Lyle. Stenman gonna get a chance to hit. Too strong, I think she got excited hearing her support. on that far sideline. 23-12 after the unforced error. Alex Lyle to serve. Lyle serves in. Bumped by Rodriguez. Rebelke's going to have to hit it over. Lobo at the net. Lobo again. Corcoran. Rebelke. I mean, not only does she get to those, but she puts spin on them that keeps them alive and makes them playable for her teammates. That one falls for a Tartan point, but Jenna Rebelke has been putting on a clinic of how to play libero, how to dig, how to keep the ball alive for your teammates. That one blocked out. Tartan point. Just like they've done in every set, Tartan making a run to make this thing interesting. Alex Lyle, if there's one thing she doesn't probably do exceptionally well compared to others, it's serving, but a nice little run here. It's another serve in. That one just too strong, and now hit twice by Franco at the net. She knew it right away. 23-15. Here's where North St. Paul, a lot of pressure with the success they've had this season. You don't want to let these things unravel. Kind of saw them unravel a little bit set 3, eventually losing it. See what type of resiliency these Polars can have. Played a lot of games recently, had one Tuesday and last night, Wednesday. Of course, won them both. This one, now they huddle together. And it's been a good run from Alex Lyle at the service spot. Now 16 serving 23. Trying to get Tartan back in this one and get it to a 5th set. Franco. Mosier crept up. Franco found the space. Great set from Sandifer. And North St. Paul is on the doorstep. I mean, Sandifer just with a deft touch to kind of soften that so much. And it's all Franco from there. That hit called in. Boy, that'd be, yeah, let's take another look at that one. That was close. Mariston, and yeah, it did get line. I think it got line. Good call from the officials. 24-17. Sandifer back set to Kang. Blocked, kept alive. Neiman, Lobo, Mariston. That falls in. 24-18. Tartan's just gonna have to get this to 24 if they want this to keep going. Mosier serve again, hits net. And that is gonna do it. North St. Paul will win this 4th set after dropping the 3rd, 25-18. But you see there, Tartan able to keep it to single digits in all but one of the sets, including winning a set. And North St. Paul has only lost 3 sets all season in 18 matches. Only 3 teams taking a set from this Polar squad all year. So Tartan definitely something they can take pride in as a young squad, an improving squad. But they do fall. That'll drop their record to 5-9. North St. Paul will improve to 18-0. Well, that'll just about do it for us here at SEC Sports. I want to thank you for watching this presentation of high school volleyball, and we'll see you next time.